Books have the power to transform lives, especially in the hands of a child with a big imagination. The Scripps Howard Fund's If You Give a Child a Book campaign is on a mission to provide kids with the tools they need to dream, learn, and succeed by building their own home libraries. The If You Give a Child a Book campaign originated here in Cincinnati in 2015, and the program's now currently in 7 Title I schools across the tri-state and distributed more than 23,000 books to students here last year. So today we're turning the page on this incredible initiative and hearing firsthand how it's making a difference. Joining us today are Kaylee Erskine from the Scripps Howard Fund, who leads the program, and dedicated Principal Gary Tate from one of the partner Title I schools, Rothenberg Preparatory Academy, where the gift of reading is providing brighter futures and opening doors for all these students. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. Kaylee, let me start with you. For folks who might be unfamiliar, talk a little bit about what the If You Give a Child a Book campaign is and why it exists.
Absolutely. So we know that books in the home is one of the greatest predictors to a child's success in school and far beyond that. Unfortunately, we know that those children in low-income neighborhoods often lack access to books in general. And that's where the Scripps Howard Fund If You Give a Child a Book campaign really steps in. We provide free scholastic book fairs to Title I schools in each of the communities that Scripps calls home. In this case, we're talking about Greater Cincinnati, and as you referenced, we're currently in 7 different schools within the Greater Cincinnati region. It's
really great giving kids access to these books. And I have to ask you, Gary, from your perspective as a principal, why is access to books and literacy so important for your students? And what are you seeing with them in terms of today when it comes to learning to read?
I mean, reading is the foundation of learning. So that starts everything, and we deal with our 3 pillars of reading, which is decoding, fluency, and comprehension. So the earlier our students are able to get those books, the more opportunity they have to progress in their educational careers. And it also helps with the other subjects, math, science, social studies, and even with the new age now with artificial intelligence, you can't even use that if you don't know how to read. So our children getting those books at an early age is just awesome. And what I've seen with the early access is we're seeing our 3rd grade scores improve year after year due to the opportunities been provided by Scripps and our pre-K through 2nd grade teachers and what they do for our students.
Now, how would you say, when it comes to the If You Give a Child a Book campaign, how have you seen that firsthand maybe increase your students' enthusiasm for reading?
It's definitely improved it. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm a kid that came up on scholastics, so our parents had to fill out the scholastic paper, and they had to pay for the books. But with Scripps giving our students an opportunity for free books, I've just seen the joy of reading coming out because our students get to take that ownership. I do have a particular story of mine with one of my 1st grade students. Mm-hmm. He found a book about planets, and now all of a sudden now he's just a new astrologer. So it's just exciting just to see that joy, and that comes from that reading in that book.
That is so cool. And why do you think it's so important for kids to be able to choose their own books?
We've done a lot of research that shows when children have the power to choose their own books, they're 98% more likely to finish those books, but then go back and want to read more. So in your instance, the case of planets, and now you have a budding astrologist. But having the power to choose and call something that's your own just provides such an opportunity for these children.
Yeah, and also there's such a diverse range of books that are available to all the kids. How do you think that influences their development, both academically and even socially too?
Absolutely.
Academically, it gives them a chance to read, and as you were saying, mentioned about them having the choice, it's all about that ownership. Mm-hmm. And then it just allows them to go to different worlds that they may never be able to see. It allows my kids from downtown to experience something that may go on in Africa because of a book they were able to read. Socially, it allows them to relate their lives to others that don't live in the same community with them. Mm-hmm. It gives them an opportunity to dream of something different that's outside of what they've never seen before, and it just comes through those words from a book that gives them that chance.
Well, and to build off of you, Principal Tate, too, we often hear how books are windows, and they provide those opportunities into Africa or places they've never seen or experienced, but they're also mirrors. And so when we talk about diverse and culturally relevant books, children want to see themselves reflected in those stories as well. And so that's such an important piece for us and why we partner with Scholastic. because they do offer that power of choice for us, and they also provide those diverse and culturally relevant books.
Well, it really is such an incredible program, and it's even better to hear firsthand how it's working with kids in the community. If somebody's watching this and they'd like to get involved and support the If You Give a Child a Book campaign, how can they do that, and where can they go to get more information?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for asking. So today on September 3rd, we are actually matching all donations that come in up to $200,000. It's a great way to instantly double your impact. There's a few different ways people can do that. There's a QR code that they can scan. You can also text WCPO to 50155. And if you go to WCPO's website, there's a lot of information there that tells you more about our program, the schools that we partner with. But yes, thank you for asking.
Well, Kayla and Gary, thank you guys so much for coming in and sharing with our viewers all about the If You Give a Child a Book campaign. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.